Thank you so much, and welcome everyone to the LEC postgame lobby, where I'm joined by Comp, Trimby, and Ender. First off, a big thank you for joining me, or joining us rather, in PGL. So yeah, first things first, I guess. Trimby, you first maybe. What went wrong today?
I mean, we sucked. Like, there's nothing more to say. They're a better team, that's for sure. And yeah, I think that we weren't good enough. That's like my take, pretty much.
Do you feel like it's was unexpected because you have been doing better in scrims? You've been doing, I think, generally also good when it comes to the playoffs. What was different than your usual play, you would say?
I mean, our scrims are not really that great lately, if I have to be honest. And yeah, I don't think we're doing like that great as like people may thought, but it's obviously like behind the scenes thing. And yeah, I think that overall we're outside of that week when we are like doing actually well with like those two quite clear wins. We were not really playing to the like position that people would put us in, I would say. And that's like, yeah, that's basically sucks. But yeah, it was just like that. And even today, I thought that we could win. Like after the first game, I felt like we had, you know, something to go through. Yeah, it just didn't matter at the end because we didn't fulfill like enough stuff to make sure that we can actually like be even in the game.
I'm curious how you guys sort of rate the trajectory over the course of Split, maybe for Comp, because like for us, we can only like know so much watching your games. Like BO1s, it seemed like you guys like struggled, especially early on. But then in the BO3s, like I thought you guys really showed up and looked very strong. So did you feel like there was a shift for you guys from BO1s to BO3s? Was it pretty steady? And how do you sort of rate yourself through the course of the Split?
Definitely, I think. Since this new format came out, right, you could, I mean, we can say that it's a new experience for every single one of the 10 teams, right? But definitely, after week 2, there was more stress than there should be. I think definitely some defeats that we did during best of ones were, in my head at least, I really think we were a bit trying too many random things. I don't know if we are just if we just felt way too overconfident with ourselves that we're just better or whatsoever. I think in some moments that's how at least I view it. But yeah, definitely. I think the moment we went to best of threes, everyone, first of all, felt kind of relieved after we made top 8, right? Even though it sounds really crazy, thinking that we just won LEC not even six months ago.
Yeah.
Not even 6 months, I'm not sure. So it's like, definitely it wasn't something to be very happy about, but for sure everyone was feeling way more relaxed going into best of threes. And I think during best of threes, we kind of found our form from last year. I think overall the meta also didn't change a lot. It's still very bot-centric meta, and it really showed in this best of threes. But yeah, then best of fives were a different story apparently.
Let's talk about bot lane a little bit then, because you were the best bot lane last year, I think, by far, right? No pun intended, actually. And so does that also, you think, hang together with this confidence thing that you were talking about? Maybe you're like, oh, well, who's going to beat us? And then you kind of get put back on Earth in winter?
Okay, so, I mean, I said this by far thing right after we won Malmo.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like full of emotions back then, so I was just really enjoying my time, and maybe some things I was saying during the moment I was not thinking about them, but definitely I think during the Malmo week we were for sure by far the best bot lane, right? But I think overall, even during Summer Split, there were for sure bot lanes that were contesting. I don't think we were consistently the best bot lane of Summer Split, but when it mattered the most in the top 3, we showed up. I think for the most part today we showed up well. I personally take blame for like second and third game for many things, many little mistakes. But I'm overall like happy the way we played 2v2. Like definitely, I think we played better 2v2, but in the end it doesn't matter. Like they just played way better as a team. So yeah, I mean, congrats to them. I hope they have a good best of 5 as did tomorrow. And yeah, I just want to make sure I don't feel like this for a while again.
Makes sense. You want to ask something about bots?
Yeah, well, I was curious because I saw, obviously after, I think it was game 3 with the Varus, I saw your tweet about the Varus itemization. Is that's something you would take back if you had the chance?
Okay, so the thing is, I mean, we have never been in a situation like this where we are playing versus Aphelios trial ever, right? And I think the Janna pick was like masterclass actually. Like we like punished them so hard when they blind pick the rel, right? I mean, we were actually discussing it during the Champion Select, but in the end, we felt like because of Tristana, right, we had enough DPS, and I know that if I went this Comet rune page, Aphelios actually cannot lane. Like, it's really good for laning phase, but it seems like I shouldn't play for laning phase that game. I should play more for later stages of the game, so because they stacked a lot of armor. So definitely, I take this loss very personally, even though we could still, you know, like, if we played more as a unit, we could win that game. We could probably win game 2 also, even though I got caught sometimes, but in the end, the best I can do for me is think what I did wrong, right?
Yeah, I suppose with like the Comet build, the Poke build, there's like more pressure to sort of capitalize off the early lead. Yeah, because at the same time, I thought the Janna pick was fantastic. I really liked seeing that, sort of shutting down a lot of the Rell engages. That seems like a really good option. Up until like Mad Lions, I don't know how they do it, but they find like this crazy way to like Hylissang's just parked in mid lane while you guys are fighting for Drake, and that seemed like really tough once they were sort of grouping up and finding all these like really nasty angles trying to flank you.
When they get multiple like options to like play the fights, then it's like not easy for like at least the champ like Janna to actually like stop all of the things that are happening. Also, the fact that we lacked quite a bit of damage didn't help getting through one of the sides at the same time. So that was like for sure quite annoying to deal with. So, you know, even though I was kind of happy that I picked Janna at the end of the day, maybe I should stick to like some more supports that are actually more seen and maybe more in meta, because yeah, it's nice to win lanes, it's nice to feel useful, but yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't really help every single time my team, and yeah, we'll see how this one goes.
Trimby, you won a finals off the back of a Soraka pick.
I was gonna say,
you gotta keep picking
I
those
love
things.
the pocket picks. Like, I do want to see them keep coming. Like, there's a time and a place for all of them, but like from like the Kalista last week, the Janna, the Soraka. I like the Nasus. I'm gonna say I like it. I'm an enjoyer. I'm an enjoyer.
The time I picked the Nasus was like by far the worst Nasus fuck game I've ever played. Actually, I don't know why I picked it actually.
But I we knew about Hello Blade supports back then. We could maybe win worlds.
Actually, yeah.
Maybe.
If only we picked Hello Blades back then.
But I guess this is a good kind of reflex you have. I like to hear you talk about that. You've always been the same way when you guys have lost series in the past, and when you've even come to do kind of the loser side PGL or the interview, you've always been very introspective and like, hey, okay, you know, and both of you, we shouldn't have done that. We take this on the chin. We're going to move further. Is the experience of you growing through the setbacks you had last year and then eventually winning the title, does that help you in this moment, knowing that this is temporary? We know that we can be so much better.
With the problems that we have now, like from what I feel like, is like it's not that hard to like fix them, the things that are happening right now. But yeah, if we don't manage to actually like be better of a team, then yeah, things would it will not be as fun as it was like previous times, I would say, in a sense, because I think where before it would be like quite easier to actually plan stuff and do stuff, I would say. While now it's just it's tough right now. It's not easy, but also it's like different factors that like also happen to be this year, like compared to previous years. So it's not it's quite complex, I would say. So at the end of the day, yeah, I just hope, like for myself, I just hope I'll play better, and yeah, that I can fix things that I can in my in my power.
Okay, we won't pry further, but it is time for the MasterCard play of the day. It's an early top lane dive in Game 4, giving Mad a big lead off the back of the Irelia, which, how much were you guys taken aback by the Irelia pick?
I actually, I remember, wait, when was it actually? Maybe it was yesterday when we were watching some of the SK Mad Lion series. I think we were talking about if anyone is like an Irelia player in the LEC, and I think Matthias was saying Chasey, and I'm like, wait, this guy plays Irelia? I've never seen him. And he's like, yeah, I remember the first time we ever screamed at Lions this year, he picked Irelia and he completely ran me. So it's kind of sad it happened in this game. I actually, like, I know how this feels for Zegenda, especially, right? Like, he's the only change that has been made since last year, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people will, you know, it's like so easy to like jump on him and be very mean and stuff, but I really want them to know that he's been doing such a great split overall. He's like such a great personality to have around, and it's really not to judge just from this one game, you know. In the end, if we become better, it's it's up to all of us. So yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't all his fault, I think, that the Irelia got fed. I think that's
it's
fair.
a miserable
That's
matchup, and he was
fair.
hard
Like,
camped
yeah.
between towers.
It was bad times, so
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
He'll be happy to hear that, I'm sure. Let's take a look at the bracket. Yesterday, people were flaming us a bit, saying, like, why are you showing him the bracket and asking them who's going to win if they just got knocked out? But I want to know. I just want to know, Trimby. What do you think?
Who's going? I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that Mad Lions will put up a good fight. Because, yeah, I mean, regardless of what I could think today, you know, especially after first game when we played really cleanly, you know, you could feel that maybe they're not like really great, but I think they're like, I don't know, their personalities, I feel like, and the way they are just as a team, like, can for sure help it. And I really hope that it's gonna be like 5-game series when they actually can pull off some miracles, because I mean I'm putting it in the sense that G2 will win hard, but that's kind of the expectation of, I would say that's kind of the expectations right now. And yeah, I really hope that if Mad Lions plays like today and they're like, you know, more focused, and yeah, then I hope that Healy Baba will make sure that, you know, he can make some magic happen.
Yeah. What's going to happen in the bot lane, you think, Comp?
Oh. Okay, no, I'm not going to talk about the bot lane.
Okay.
So, I honestly think, hands down, Mad Lions is the second best team right now. And when I'm talking about second best team, not because they just made top 2 and final, right? The way they play as a team, as a unit, specifically around objectives. But today, I think the only reason they won is because they were just a stronger unit. I think lanes today, we were better. Most of the games in every single one. And I think tomorrow it will actually be the same. Might be even worse. So I hope they put a good fight. I can really see the series going 3-0 for G2, honestly. But yeah, I mean, I wish both teams good luck.
It's Yike's first final, actually, which is very impressive. And you know, I've been like a defender of Chasey. Not that he needed defending, but he needed
like more people hyping him because everyone else was stealing the show.
Everyone was talking about Nisqy and about Elyoya. But do you think he could be the thing that puts Mad Lions over the edge in what is going to be a super difficult matchup?
I mean, I do favor him on the top side of the map, but at the end of the day, I think it's going to be much hard. Like, I don't see a world where Mad Lions can like play as heavily around the top side. I think that one thing that G2 almost always get for themselves is like really heavy prio in their lanes, and that's what has made like Yike look so good, is like running into the enemy jungle because all of his lanes are pushing, and they play really well around wave states, setting up turret dives, these types of things. So I think the early game I actually see as being somewhat similar to like how Elyoya had to play a lot of the games against Malrung's Elise, where it's like him trying to like match, protect against dives, these types of things, which he is well equipped to do and try to shut down in that way. But I don't see a world where they're like heavy snowballing through topside quite as much as they are here, especially the games that they're going to be on the red side.
I agree. I mean, the thing is, I think especially after game 1, it seemed like they really prio high ban on Kalista and stuff. So I'm really curious how they will actually ban tomorrow against Hans, because we both know like Hans also plays the Kalista and Draven.
Yep.
Which, yeah, he for sure play. So yeah, I'm just curious how the pick and ban phase will go. I think it will honestly favor G2 for the most part. But I mean, just also a small thing to say about Mad Lions. I think I can see them winning topside, honestly. They are actually very smart players. Even though I think G2 are better as individuals in every role, this team is just very smart about playing around objectives. So maybe we see some surprises tomorrow, we'll see.
Yeah, I wonder how like mid lane pick ban goes as well for that. Like who can get like favorable matchup to like move towards top side too. Yeah, it might just be blind Gragas like every game. That seems like the classic Nisqy move. Do you guys, does anything beat Gragas? Like this guy's just owning on it every time.
I mean, he's a beefy boy, and like, he has quite a bit of damage.
Yeah.
I mean, not sure actually. I mean, I'm not playing mid lane sadly. On support, I'd rather like pick something that actually pokes the grass support, but it's not working this way sadly. This guy is a bit too beefy. I don't know actually what counters this champ, and we'll see. I mean, on the other hand, he plays against Cap, so I'm sure he's cooking up something. So I don't think we should worry about like anything
Since
like
they
this.
know from each other that it's the Gragas.
I was gonna say Nisqy was saying in the interview that he started playing the Gragas after Caps played it versus him in scrims.
I can imagine.
So
yeah, I
surely
can imagine.
Caps has thought about what side of the matchup could be unfun for Gragas.
And if not, then they just first pick or first ban like it does. Yeah. Maybe it's gonna be 1, 2, 3 ban, and that's it.
It's season 3 Worlds all over again. It's crazy.
It was season 1, top lane Gragas, as far as I remember.
Yeah, I wasn't playing back then, I'll be honest.
I'm the only one who remembers that, obviously. I think it's true. Shushay? Who knows?
Oh, Shushay, yeah. He's
Yeah.
Polish, yeah. He had the Gragas skin.
Selfie time. Oh my god, my niece. Jesus Christ. I hope nobody heard that. Why did I say it?
All right, we gotta tuck in.
Okay, yeah, and we gotta all be visible in this thing. I'll go down a little bit and then. Wait, hi. You have to be higher. Yeah, yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I actually don't know.
We got it.
Close enough.
We got it. Quality control. We got it. I'm sure we did.
Okay,
I know it now. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next split, which is not. It's like in a week and a half. No need to be sad about it. Oh yeah, and someone told me not to shake this because that works better than shaking it. So the more you know. If you missed any of the action, we've got the rebroadcast kicking off in just a few minutes on Twitch, and then tomorrow we have our final G2 versus the Mad Lions with Ready Check starting at 5:30 p.m. 15 minutes more than today. It's Christmas. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.
It's like February 25th.
Hey, guys, wait. Let them go into 5 there for now.
We go from here or what?
Yeah. And I get ult after 1 kill. We need to one-shot somebody, okay? And then we stomp, I think. Sion has no ult. I'm walking up. Okay, guys, we play for fight. We don't play...
Ja.
Go.
Look on Gragas.
Yeah, Gragas goes in Yasuo. First target.
I'm dead.
Go. I think it's good. I think it's really good. Yeah.
Sion, no place.
I'm
Go,
going.
Sion, go. I have ult after the skill.
Nice.
Look on Karma.
Kill Sion.
I think it's still fine.
Yeah.
No place.
We get the 10-0 coming through on the opposite side. You know, he's just been a nice guy.
Calm.
No! Calm! No! Calm! No!
Oh.
He will survive.
Careful, Hilly!
Good guy, Hilly. You know what I mean? Maybe they can burn through the objective. Elyoya waiting on the backside. His smite up and available. But slowly but surely they are getting cut down. Huge damage from Calm. And Carzzy walks into the hail of arrows.
I'm here. Look at these two. I'm gonna insect. I'm gonna go.
Okay. Look, Varus. Okay. Oh. Nice.
Big shock blast.
1.
He's looking for it.
There it is!
It's like a truck!
At the moment, Koi looking very good to just keep putting this pressure onto the bot side.
Ooh, Carzzy locked up here. Gonna throw down a couple of shock. I'm trying to fire back with a little bit of damage, but that should be a quick kill from the side of Koi. Comp one more auto to finish the job. Malrang trying to disrupt the lines here. Don't think they had spiders in the 1800s, but they might wish they did after a play like that. Malrang finding a quick and easy kill. Good punish on the bottom side.
Did you just say that spiders weren't a thing in the 1800s?
I mean, randomly evolved in war.
Any insights on how the top side of the map should play out in the first few minutes?
Bomba.
But here comes Nisqy. The one man, one belly bomb, one bomba, and a double kill. Mad Lions in the top side. Mad Lions will take down Koi. Mad Lions will take the fight. They will look to end the game.
The Mad Lions will find their opportunity at revenge against G2.